Hi, I'm Liz. Welcome to the Liz Manual of Style. I'm having a not great morning, so I'm going to take some time to hang out with you all. And I'm going to show you some stuff that I got recently, some Bookish stickers. By the way, you might hear some cars and stuff from my window. I am currently charging a crystal in the windowsill in the sunlight. But yeah, so I recently went down the shore, as they say in New Jersey. I live in New Jersey, but I am originally from Indiana. So when I first heard, oh, we're heading down the shore, I was like, as an editor, I was like, you mean down to the shore? But no, it's down the shore. And I went to the Books a Million in Mays Landing, and I got some stickers that I'm going to show you there in this container. This pencil case I did not get from Books a Million. I got it from a romance bookstore in Collingswood, New Jersey called Kiss and Tale. But I'm just using it to hold these stickers and stuff. And then I'm going to show you some charms that I got. And first we're going to set the mood here with my honeysuckle candle. I got this candle because it smells like spring in New Jersey, which is when the honeysuckles start smelling. And I just love it. It makes me feel so happy. So I got this, and it's a natural candle because I am allergic to synthetic scents. Anyways, so let's start with the stickers. We'll do that one next, or last. All right, so the first sticker I got is this very cute Grim Reaper. Soleil all day. Isn't he adorable? Look at those little hands and that little heart and those little hearts in his eyes and his big head and little body. He's so cute. And what a good reminder for any of us who have this sticker or not. Soleil all day. In a metaphorical sense, that is. Or if you're a witch like me, slay with your spells. Not literally slay, but, direct some energy. These are on like a rack of stickers, which is super fun to look through. And these are all these three I'm about to show you are from these three I'm showing you now are from Turtle's Soup. Yeah, so this is a horror book sticker. And these are vinyl. I'm going to put them probably on the outside of a notebook or something like that. I don't have a water bottle because I only drink, pretty much only drink San Pellegrino. I used to drink Perrier, but I wasn't drinking enough water because it was too satisfying. So I had to move to San Pellegrino because it's easier to chug and I need to be hydrated. So I don't have a water bottle to put these on, and I don't really want to put them on my Mac. I used to put stickers on my old Mac, but it was a lot cheaper, and it was refurbished. And this one was like $2,500, but I was only able to get it because of some inheritance that I got after my father passed away in 2020. So I just feel weird about putting stickers on there. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna use these. Then this is a romance book one. So I used to be what people in the industry have called, I've heard them call people, a whale reader. And that is someone who reads a lot of books. Like I used to read like 5 books a week, romance books. And I still probably do, but I edit them now for a job. That's my full-time job. But I do still read romance for fun sometimes. I am currently reading a book called Serpentine Valentine. I can't remember the author's name. I want to say it's like Gianna Darling, something like that. Anyways, I'll link it in the description. It's a sapphic Medusa retelling. It's pretty good so far. I'm like 150 pages in, which I don't often get that far in any book, especially one that is indie published, because they have a lot of editing issues typically. Not the ones I edit, of course. Or at least to the best of my ability, I make sure they're as perfect as possible. But I'm I do still, so yeah, so the fact that I got through that book so far and plan to finish it, amazing. It's a really good book. Okay, then I got a bookmark too from Books A Million. I wasn't going to, but then I just was drawn to this bookmark. Look how chill Mr. Skeleton is, Mrs. Skeleton. You know, genderless. That's a good thing about skeletons, isn't it? Yeah, I just love this bookmark. This skeleton looks so chill. Look at her. She is just leaning around. She's hanging out with nature. She's feeling good. That's me. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm really an inside cat, an indoor cat. But I do feel nice in some nature, especially some water, which I have been embracing after realizing I'm a projector with a shores environment, according to human design. So of course I need to be in the ocean. And of course I need to be appreciating nature. So anyways, I got this bookmark. I use bookmarks for my journals as well as my books. So. Okay, and then the last sticker thing is pretty big because it's a book. I saw this as I was leaving. I was going up toward the cash register. My boyfriend was waiting outside for me to be finished. And I saw this and I grabbed it up because it is so cute. As a romance editor who has been in the business since 2015 when I was only an author, I have seen so much marketing to romance authors, or romance readers in bookstores and stuff. And I've seen all of these romance bookstores popping up. And it is just amazing to see this when with all like the derision that the romance genre has gotten in the past. So this is super cute. And this illustrator, I looked her up after I got this, and her art is so adorable. She has such a cool style. And so this is just a super fun set of stickers. And I like that they did not print these on both sides. So I got a sticker book on sale, like a color one, like when you color in the stickers, from Barnes & Noble like a few months ago, last year or something like that. And they printed the stickers on both sides, but only one side had the actual sticker. So very strange. So instead, this book has like quotes from different romance books in between. Try not to set this book on fire. How cute. I just love these colors together. Of course, this person is a designer as well as an illustrator, so they know what's up with color theory. I love this. This reminds me of cozy mystery books, which of course there's these cozy romances coming out, but for a minute there I was really into cozy mystery as a reader, and I tried to write one. I only got 6,000 words in, but I actually think it was okay. But I struggle with writing. I love these like little stars. This person has like a retro style that is so cute. I am a graphic designer. I mean, I was a designer. I design my own stuff now. Like, I'm still a designer, but I do it just for me and my editing website and stuff like that. But sometimes I think I want to design stickers like this. I want to get into like simple illustrations like this. And I don't mean to say like simple like they're easy, but like more like graphic style as opposed to like illustrative, or, well, this is illustration, but as opposed to like realism or anything like that. I love like icons, iconography. This is one of my favorite spreads. I love this cute motel motif here. Very cute. Love the like vintage looking matchbox here. Of course, this would be perfect for if you're like journaling a reading journal and you want to track the spice levels. This is also one of my favorite spreads. I used to be an absolute fiend for dark romance. Now I don't really find it that fun because I've been through trauma therapy, no shade. I love dark romance still, but it's not as appealing to me. But I love horror romance, and I would love like what I want to read, which I don't know if you guys have any recs, tell me please. I want to read like a horror romance where the romance itself has like conflict, but it's healthy. And it's enough conflict to be interesting, of course, but you know, no one's abusive. But the stuff that they're up against as a couple is horror, because that's real life to me. That's not life. A well-read woman is a dangerous creature. I love when there's romance book stickers that don't have actual books that are real in them. Because I'm like, don't pressure me to read that. Or I can't use the sticker if I don't read it. That's how I feel anyways. So I love this, just like the sub-genres over here. Nice. I don't really get the appeal of like book plate stickers or whatever, like these. I resell most of the books that I read. I love buying books because I take forever to read a book when I'm doing it for fun, as opposed to for work. And so I like to buy it, but then I don't want to keep every book I buy, so I'd sell a lot of them. But I guess I could put these in like some of the books I've been toting around from apartment to apartment since I was 18. I guess that would have been from dorm to apartment anyways. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about and show you are these adorable book charms I got. And I got these all from the same seller on Mercari. And I will link that in the description. I think that they are like handmade charms, or at least it's a small business selling the charms, as opposed to just somebody reselling stuff on Mercari. So yeah, I really love these because they all come with this lobster clasp already on it, which I'm not into beading. I'm not trying to put it on myself. I tried to do beading when I was a teenager and it gave me fits. Did not relax me at all. And I was like, isn't this supposed to be relaxing? I'm not doing this anymore. So I want the lobster clasp already on it. And two of these I already have on a notebook, and then the other ones I haven't used yet because I just got these a couple days ago. So the first one that I found that I wanted to buy is this little ghost. I am really into like ghost imagery right now because it's like, I feel it's like aligning with how I'm feeling inside right now, like spiritually. I am just going ghost. I don't want to focus on anything outside of me and my life and my relationship right now. And of course, I just went no contact with my mother this morning, so that's a little symbolic of that, even though I wish that I didn't have to take such a drastic action to protect my energy, but I don't see any other way, and I actually don't, like, that's kind of a lie when I say I wish there was another way, because I don't really want her energy anywhere near me. But I feel the same way about anyone who, my new thing is, if I feel like kind of off after hanging out with someone, like, I feel like, hey, that thing they said was actually not nice. I felt really upset around them. Like, why do I want to be with that person? I'm not going to be around them. So that's just where I'm at right now. And I don't care if that's someone in my family or not, because I didn't choose that family. You know, I guess spiritually some people say, oh, well, you did choose it. Well, Me, human me, on this plane, I did not choose those people. I don't have to put up with abuse from them. I'm not going to be abused anymore. If I have to go ghost to do that, I will. So this, and also if you just like cute little ghosts, this is adorable. It's the back. It's just a silver back. Yeah, this is my emotional support notebook. This I took to the beach with me. And this is the cover I made, the first Craftex cover I made. I have a video all about it in the description. I will link it. Okay, so then my next one was the witch I briefly showed earlier. How cute is she? Look at that little broom. She's so cute. And she is actually the same on the back. Very cool. And I have put her on the front of my witchy notebook. And maybe I'll do a video about how amazing my money spells are working. Because they are. They're working really good, and also I'm working really hard. But they really, so I always have this war in my mind. Is spirituality real? I really feel in my heart that it is. But I have this logical brain that sometimes says that could be BS. And it could, but I believe that that doing spell work is very good for me mentally because it helps me channel my emotions, and then I can just move on with my day instead of sitting there thinking about how much money I don't have or something. And of course, this is a haul, so I am no longer in the famine part of the feast and famine cycle that I was in a couple videos back that I mentioned. I'm no longer dipping into my tax account to pay for groceries. I actually am caught up on my tax responsibility right now. Well, that's not true. I owe $18,000 to the IRS, but not for this year. That's for as old debt I'm paying off. But yeah, I really love this witchy charm, and I love this witchy notebook. I will also link the video where I talk about this cover and set up my witchy pocket notebook. And then these are the rest of the charms I got. So I got a bundle from the seller because there was like a discount for getting a bundle, and there was definitely a few that I really wanted. One of which is these vampire fangs. How cute. I will say the holes on the back, I'm not trying to look at too close. I have that like tryptophobia. Is it called tryptophobia? Anyways, fear of holes. So, but the front is perfect and so cute. So vicious. I love vampires. I've loved them ever since I was a child, reading Amelia Atwater Rhodes' book In the Forest of the Night, and I read all her books until like when I started not liking them as much when I was older. But I still have all of her books I bought. So cute. I'll probably use this for like a writing notebook if I'm working on like a horror or something like that. I'm currently giving myself a break with writing and just not letting, I'm just not doing it. I'm just posting content. It's way more fun right now. I have a lot of trauma with writing. And I just don't know if it's for me at this time or ever again. I'm not really sure. Nonfiction, blogging, yes, I will keep writing. So these two are actually included for free, very kindly by the seller, which these are for sale on their shop. So I know that it is a gift they gave me. And this is a cute little owl. And my favorite part about this owl is the little back. At the back of it is an owl too with its little butt. So cute. So cute. I don't necessarily resonate with owls that much or anything, but I do find them quite regal. And then this one was also in the little thank you baggie that she sent. Or they. I'm not really sure who the person is. This is the little bag that was in. And I was like, oh my gosh, they gave me free charms. That's so nice. I love a small business. Small businesses make me so happy. I love supporting them. And I love owning one. So this is a little moon. And hello, that is so pretty. That could, of course, go on some type of witchy notebook. Maybe like, I have thought about maybe I want to do like a planner. Pardon the airplanes that you're hearing in the background. That's from the Philly airport, most likely. But, so yeah, very cute. Oh yeah, what I was saying. I was thinking of making a like planner with like all the spiritual dates on there. Like Mercury retrograde. After this last Mercury retrograde, which is still happening. It's been absolutely crazy for me as a Sagittarius. And I was thinking maybe I need to be paying more attention to that stuff. So that would be something to put on a planner for that. And then the last charm that I got is a skeleton key. How cute. How adorable. And it's the same on the other side. It's just, it looks kind of sad in like this really cute way. I love her. I love her. I don't know what I'll put it on. Maybe like a manifestation. Maybe, I guess so many could just go on the front of my witchy notebook, which I guess I could totally do that. This is a cover I made, by the way. I love making notebook covers. So yeah, I could actually put all of these on here. Pretty cute. Okay, so that was my little haul. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing because I do have another haul coming up. I have an order coming from the Honeybee Shop, another small business, and I cannot wait to get those, and I will make sure to film a video. And yeah, bye.